Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you for coming on Saturday morning. Some more. Drink this also. So Hare Krishna everyone. So while it's being set up, I just like to introduce Mataji and Prabhuji. This is their second time that they're coming. Last time when they came, it was a big visit. So this time they were actually able to extend their time and then give a lot of programs. First I will introduce His Grace Samba Prabhu. Samba Prabhu was born in a Gaudiya Vaishnava family. As we all know that being born in a devotee family means he's just starting from where he left off. But he didn't start immediately. After some playful years, he got a bit serious in Krishna conscious in at the age of 17, and being attracted by one of his cousins who joined ISKCON in 1976. And attracted by Srila Prabhupada's books, he became a full-time devotee in March 1980. When I read this, felt like it wasn't a long time ago because it was just 4 months before I was born. But then when I realized that I'm just recovering from my midlife crisis, I'm like, oh my God, that's a long time. So 40 years. And before be patient with me, because when I went through all the services that Prabhu had done, it looked longer than my resume. So I'm just sharing the prominent service that he's done. So under the instruction of spiritual master Jayapatak, His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, he was starting to serve in Guwahati temple, where the preaching areas included Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh. He was very pioneer in actually building the ISKCON Guwahati in 1980. And later he shifted to Vrindavan and served as assistant to His Holiness Somi Maharaj. So if you know Somi Maharaj, he was known as the Vishwakarma of ISKCON. So Maharaj was involved in a lot of temple design, and one of the prominent ones was he was involved in building the Samadhi of Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan and Mayapur. And he was also involved in bringing ways in the establishment of ISKCON Punjabi Park temple in Delhi, which is one of the most prominent, vibrant centers in India. And later on, he started doing traveling preaching in USA, Europe, Middle East and East Asia from 1984. And to be known like some of the few leading devotees in India were initially cultivated by His Grace Samba Prabhu. And after serving for a temple president in Hyderabad for a short while, under the direction of his spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj, with his good wife, Her Grace Nitai Sevini Mataji, they were ordered to start a center in Visakhapatnam. So it started 23 years ago with nothing but just a picture of Radha and Krishna and some Prabhupada books in a rented place. Now it's a very vibrant community with thousands of active congregation members and 5,000 life members. And it has its own temple over 3.5 acres, and Prabhu and Mataji have a lot of vision for developing that more. So thank you Prabhu for making time for us. And coming to Nitai Sevini Mataji, she is a doctor. She was born in Mumbai and then she shifted to Hyderabad in 1984 because of a connection with ISKCON Secretariat. And after some time she became a full-time devotee in 1997 and then got initiated from His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj in 1998 in Atlanta, USA. So she's completed her graduation, commerce, master's in education, and a PG diploma in management of voluntary organization. So very relevant course studies to what she's doing now and what we are. And then she finished her PhD in education from Andhra University. And presently she is the principal of Divine Touch School. So a raise of hands, how many of you like a sweet, charming, intelligent and devotional principal like her for your kids? So I know you guys, I don't know how many of you are able to relocate to India, and I don't think she's planning to stay here forever. So when you have personal questions, if you can request her to make a clone of herself and leave a copy here, so it will be a great service to the community. So, and going ahead, she is also involved in festival coordination, congregation preaching and college preaching. On top of all this, she's also assisting Babuji in all the managing the temple where he is the president of Vishakhapatnam, ISKCON Vishakhapatnam. And Mataji initiated the Bhakti Yoga residential summer camp at Vishakhapatnam where some children come and stay during for a week, and it's been a very successful program. So they have a lot of service. So before I finish, I would like to say Prabhu being serving ISKCON for about 4 decades, and Mataji almost 3 decades. They have a lifetime of wisdom to share. So thank you very much for making time for us, and hope you can catch all the nectar that they are pouring to us. Hare Krishna.
Edina Jamini Sitayatrap Bata Borishano Edino Jamini Jagire Bifaleshe Vinu Kripana Dhujanam Bifaleshe Vinu Kripana Dhujanam Bifaleshe Vinu Kripana Dhujana Bifaleshe Chapala Sukha Labho Lagire Chapala Sukha Labho Lagire Idhana Jovana Puta Parijana Ite ki ache paro Titiris Vana Puta Parijana Ite ki ache paro Titiris Kamala jalo dalo Jivana talo malo Kamala jala dalo Jivana tala malo Kamala Kamala jala dalo Jivana tala malo Kamala Bhajahu Hari Pada Niti Re Bhajahu Savana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasharis Savana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasharis Pujana Shakhijana Atmani Vedana Pujana Shakhijana Atmani Vedana Pujana Pujana Shakhijana Atmani Vedana Pujana Govinda Dasa Abhivasare Govinda Dasa Abhivasare Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Shri Govinda Gopi Natha Madana Mohan Shri Govinda Gopi কুণ্ড রাধা কুণ্ড গিরি গোবর্ধন শ্যাম কুণ্ড রাধা কুণ্ড কালিন্দী যমুনা জয় জয় মহাবন কালিন্দী যমুনা কেশী ঘট বংশী ঘট দ্বাদশ কানন কেশী ঘাট বংশী ঘট যাহা সব লীলা কর শ্রীনন্দে নন্দ যাহা সব লীলা শ্রীনন্দ যশোদা জয় গোপাল শ্রীনন্দ যশোদা শ্রীরামদি জয় জয় বেণু বৎসব শ্রীরামাদি জয় বেণু বৎসব জয় বৃষভানু জয় কীর্তিদাস সুন্দরী জয় বৃষ জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় অভিরানগরী জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় জয় গোপীশ্বর বৃন্দাবন জয় জয় গোপীশ্বর জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটু বিজয়া জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় রাম ঘাট জয় রোহিণী নন্দ জয় রাম ঘাট জয় 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 বৃন্দাবন বসি যত জয় দ্বিজ পত্নী জয় নাগ কন্যা জয় দ্বিজ পত্নী জয় ভক্তি তেজাহারা পল গোবিন্দ চরণ শিরাসমণ্ডল জয় রাধা শ্যাম শিরাসমণ্ডল জয় জয় রাস লীলা সর্বমনোরম জয় জয় রাস Jaya Jaya Ujjarasya Sarvarasya Sa Jaya 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 Ujjarasya Sarvarasya Sa Jaya Jaya Parakiya Bhave Jaha Vrajite Prachar Parak Srijana Bhapar Padma Kori Vasparon Srijan Dina Krishna Dasi Kahe Nama Sankirtan Dina Krishna Dasi Kahe Nama Sankirtan Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Since you all have announced about Chaitanya Charitamrita, I'll speak few minutes, maybe just, then I'll speak about Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Just want to recite one sloka. Pravishta Karnarandhena Sanarava Saroruham Dhroti Shamalam Krishna Sharirasya Jathasarat. When we hear Krishna Katha, it's like after rainy season, when the autumn comes. During rainy season, everywhere the ponds are like muddy. Nothing can be seen. And what is there? But when the rainy season goes off, autumn comes. If you go to any pond, you can see clear, crystal clear water, and whatever the muddy water, mud, it goes down to the down, so that one can see clearly. Similarly, when we hear Harikatha, Sukadeva Maharaj says that our heart become clear. Chetu Darpana Marjan. He heart become clear, then we can see crystal clear. Like for example, some they get confused, some they don't get confused about Krishna Bhakti. They are very clear. What is right, what is wrong, what to do. What. So today I want to bring out a beautiful subject which is essential to know. What is the difference between in India there are so many Vaishnava Sampradayas, so many Vaishnava Gurus are there. But what is the difference between our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, Gauri Vaishnava Sampradaya and other Sampradaya? The difference is that the discussion between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he told that not only just Lord is a supreme, but we can have a personal relationship. Srila Prabhupada explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, those who are Brahmavadi, they believe in Brahma. They believe Lord as effulgence, one can see, and one can be immersed in the Brahma Jyoti. Those are yogi, they see in the heart, and devotee, they see Lord. They meet Lord, they talk to the Lord, they serve the Lord. So same thing, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Ramananda Rai in the bank of Godavari, Vidyanagar, at that time it hadn't begun. But now the place name is if you go there you should see. It's very near to Visakhapatnam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first came to Sikurmam in his yatra to South India. He didn't wait for even Rathayatra to be completed. He started a journey by saying Krishna, 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 He, Pahimam, Rakshamam, Rama, Pahimam, Rakshamam. So this is the mode. The devotee, they always pray to the Lord, please protect me, please save me. This is how. So when he met Ramananda Rai, of course Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya already introduced to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that when you go, you'll meet Ramananda Rai. He's a great devotee. I can speak to him. So somehow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was waiting in the bank of Ganges. Ramananda Rai came. And first thing, after meeting each other, talking, first thing Chaitanya asked that, tell me what is the things one should achieve, sadhana. What is achievable in the human form of life? The Ramananda says that Vishnu Bhakti, one should have devotion towards it. That is the highest among all the spirituality. Vishnu Bhakti, Dharma Prochita Pritavani Namasasatam. Except Bhagavad Dharma, Bhakti towards Vishnu or Krishna, all the bhaktis are Prochita, Kaitava Dharma. Kaitava means cheating religion. Bhaktivinoda Thakur translated in Bengali. পৃথিবীতে যত কিছু ধর্ম নামে চলে ভাগবত কহে তাহা পরিপূর্ণ চলে, that whatever in this world they call it religion, somewhat that is cheating religion. They don't go to the conclusion of highest spirituality. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is okay. As a Ashram, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Procession, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, following Vishnu, Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti is okay. Tell me the highest. Right? Provoke everybody, this is external, tell me a little more internal. Then like Krishna Karmarpan. Whatever one should do for Krishna. As we know, Jat Karushi Jadasnasi, Jat Jadasyat, Jat Taposasi Kante, Tat Kurusham Darpanam. Krishna Arpanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is also, see the phases, how it goes. Where we can also, after the discussion, we can also conclude where we are. Everything for the Lord. Then, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is also external, tell me furthermore. Ranakaya Sadharma, whatever you are doing, you live it. So, how to give up everything. But at one point, Krishna is telling in Gita that I am telling you the secret of everything. Whatever dharma you are following is good. At the end, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Saranam, only Krishna. One may say that how it is possible, but ultimately we see all those great kings, and there is of the Yudhishthira Maharaj, even though they were, they left everything, and then ultimately they become Bhadpasta Sannyas. Kali Yuga may not be so possible, but as Srila Prabhupada very kindly gave us opportunity, being a householder also, you can serve, that's its greatness. Usually in India, Ashram they don't allow. They can allow to practice, but following, taking responsibility, but it's Srila Prabhupada greatness that he allowed. But some way or other, one has to be totally surrendered. For example, let's say we are carrying something and walking, and when you go, then you see, oh, my purse is missing. It maybe $100, $200, but you feel very pain that, oh, I have answered my $200, $500 missing, and my purse is gone. I don't know what actually happened. Or in the bus, of course he had no pickpockets, but in India a lot of pickpockets are there. Maybe not now. So, but then again, say for example, you meet some poor person and out of affection you give the same $200 to him. When you give something you feel happy, but when you lose something you feel very unhappy. How can you do it? Even a small amount of money. Sometimes you give out of affection. So when you give your life, you feel very happy. But when you lose something, so ultimately if we give somehow our life for Krishna service, the best. Then Ramananda says, when he told Chaitanya, this is also external, tell me a little further. Now let us remember this thing, this is very essential to remember in Krishna Bhakti, different stage of life. Then he says, one should have jnana. Nahi jnana sadis. Krishna is telling Gita, pavitra vivedati. There is nothing equivalent. One should have jnana. Right? If somebody not have jnana, many they come to Krishna Bhakti, but they leave also Krishna Bhakti. Sometimes easy to come, but they leave because of lack of understanding. Jnana. If you have the, doesn't matter what goes on. Like some of them, they say, well, why Krishna did to me like this? So I leave. First thing, I leave Krishna Bhakti. Everybody thinks I have no fault on Krishna having fault. Whatever's good going with me, that is because of my Sukriti. Whatever bad is going, Krishna is responsible for. So that's how. But if we have jnana, then he takes it, or she takes it, maybe because of my past karma, something I have done, somewhere I have done mistake. I should rectify. Anyway, I am not the controller in this world. Then Ramananda said, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked further, we know that he said, Gyan Shunyavati, no jnanam. Because jnana sometimes may also bring ahankar, ego. So you have to be careful that our jnana should not bring ego. So jnana shunya bhakti. Then that's also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is also external. Tell me further. Then Prabhu gave jnana shunya bhakti. Then say prem bhakti sarvasar. When Ramananda said prem bhakti, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, this is correct. So that means prem. For example, let's say husband and wife, they are married. But if husband say, my dear wife, my dear sweet wife, whatever sweet word, I love you, but I cannot do anything for you. No, I need a house. No, I can't do anything. No, I need rent. No. Children education. No, I cannot do anything. Do you think that love will last? To last? No. It's not going to last. Say, no, if you cannot do anything, what is mean? You love us, you don't love. Correct or not? That means if somebody really loves their wife and children, or wife loves husband and children, that means they do something. So that comes to the picture in here, that there are four relationships, Santa, Dasya, Vatsala, Madhurya. That Dasya Bhav, one, serve like and everything is important, like Hanuman. He has served such a beautiful Buddhimatam Varishtham. He used his intelligence to serve Lord Ram. Right? Just imagine if what happened to Ram and Lakshman when he went to Gandhabadhan to get the herbs. He didn't got it. But then he thought, let me take the whole hill mountain so that they can locate the herbs. If you and me would say, okay, I have tried, Prabhu. Mataji, I have tried, but I couldn't get it. What should I do? So should I kill myself? I have tried. So, but here is Buddhimatam Varishtham, and we are Buddhimatam Kanishtham. We don't have intelligence in the service of Krishna. We always give excuse, but here is Hanuman, how he served. At the same time, Hanuman is very sweet in his behavior, very simple. After all these things happened, when he went to from Lanka he requested Lord Ram if he can go to Ayodhya. Lord Ram says, okay, you all come. So Lakshman said, why these monkeys are useless, and they're animals anyway, why they should come? No, let them come. So thousands of lakhs of monkeys, they also went in the Pushpak Viman to Ayodhya. When they all reached Ayodhya, Hanuman told all the monkeys, hey, look, we are monkey. We have certain tendency. be careful. Ajodhya is a very sophisticated city. So Ajodhya was one of the most beautiful city those days, made by Manu Maharaj. All the big streets and the nice park, and in the evening time, everywhere it says in Ramayana number 7 stories building, and big roads, park, garden, fruits orchard. So Hanuman told, don't disturb anybody. And it says in Ramayana that people from all over the world, they used to come and see that place. Now, present government, they are also decorating that city is something to be seen. They are spending a lot of money to decorate that place. Luckily, I got one invitation. As a VIP, of course, there's 2,000 VIPs. So somehow they have given me also the one VIP pass. So now they come to different places. That was very beautiful. So Hanuman told not to disturb and be like a gentle. And Hanuman told everybody, do as I do. So Hanuman told this administration to make a hall, not to go jump here and there like a monkey in the trees, and we'll sit together and eat like a gentleman. So they made that system. So and they were when they were all sitting, they were distributing chickpeas and bananas. But somehow Hanuman, when he was taking chickpeas, some chickpeas went up because he was trying to catch it, went up. And Hanuman said, chickpeas, he was so smart, we don't know, I'm monkey, I'm Hanuman, I know what to do. He jumped and he tried to catch the chickpeas. So as soon as Hanuman tried to catch the chickpeas, all these thousands of lakhs of Hanuman also jumped. Hanuman said, hey, what are you doing? He said, whatever you told, we are doing it. So, simple heart. When in the service of Lord Ram, he was very intelligent. One time, after a long time, he said, I have not seen Sita Mata Ram for a long time. So Hanuman somehow, he sneaked and he went inside the room of Sita Mata. At that time, Sita Mata was decorating herself. And Sita Mata said, hey Hanuman, you have come. Yes, I am Hanuman. What are you doing? No, I came to see you. Mata, I have not seen you for a long time. I want to see you. Okay, Hanuman. Mata, I want to know, what are you putting in your face? He said, I am putting kumkum, or whatever the powder. And some red said, why you are putting this? Because Lord Ram likes it. Now finish. As soon as Sita Mata went this side, he put everything, all this in his face. Before Sita Mata goes to Lord Ram, he went to Lord Ram. And Lord Ram says, who are you? You are Hanuman? Yeah, I'm Hanuman. Why you put all those things? No, Sita Mata told me you like it. See the simple mode, simple, innocent mode. So every relationship, somebody may think that, what about Das relationship? It's very sweet. Even the Das Shaikha, even the friends, we had no much time. But every friend they are enjoying with Krishna, Shaikha, that Vatsalya, Madhu, all these Brajabashi, some of them they used to think that Krishna is our child. And Jasodamai, Nanda Maharaj, all were enjoying. Vasudevs, everybody. Every relationship very satisfying. Madhujaras, every ras. So, in our Gaudi Sampradaya, we believe in keeping relationship with the Lord. And when Srila Prabhupada left for America, he wrote in Bengali nice poetry. Kata bone chota choti bone khai lata poti sei din kabe hoy more. He said, Krishna Rama, I want to go with you and I want to play with you. And I go to different forests and have some fun, seven I'm playing. So this is a different devotee's mood. Even Krishna's, the Madhurya are such a beautiful stories are there, written by Chanidas, different Acharya, later Chanidas Vidapati, later on Gyandas, the disciples of different gurus. They beautifully wrote, and everything such a sweet, very sweet, extremely sweet. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that these are the best pastimes, and it's true. He acknowledged, he authorized these pastimes. Those days there was a great devotee, they could visualize the pastimes of Krishna in their mind, such pure. And they used to write down. Those are notes, now somehow it came to the book form. But very beautiful pastime between little, fighting between Krishna and the gopis and others. Such a beautiful, very sweet pastimes. Maybe someday, now it's time is short. So we should have this following, that we should have a relationship with the Lord. And Ramananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discard the Santarasa, which are represented by the four Kumaras. But this is these four are the highest one. So will any hear what?
Okay.
Thanks.
It has to come like this. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Vartaman Guru Vrinda ki jai. Surya Jagta Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Hare Krishna, happy to see you all. So yesterday we were at a house program. Whose house we were at? Kanika Mataji's house, and we had a wonderful discussion on relationships. And then we decided that maybe today's morning class also we speak a little bit on relationships. And we were discussing that how the goal of our life is to go back home, back to Godhead. That's the goal of human life. And in this process, we meet so many people when we take birth here, and then we have so many relationships, and these relationships have to be very smooth, otherwise it disturbs our final goal, that is going back home, back to Godhead. So we need to have cordial, good relationships, and we were discussing that how we have a vertical relationship with Krishna, and we have a horizontal relationship with people around us, and both needs to be harmonized. If we have a wonderful relationship with Krishna, then only we can have wonderful relationship with others, because we'll have a proper understanding how we are not this body, how we are soul, what's the bigger picture, how there is Krishna in everybody's heart, and what is, that way we can deal better with people. At the same time, when we have wonderful relationships among the Vaishnava community, then we can have a wonderful relationship with Krishna, because overall we are happy, then we can chant properly, happy devotee can chant properly, can concentrate on the sadhana. And among all the relationships that we have in this world, whether it's mother, father, and brother and sister, and that one relationship which is like too long is the husband and wife. Because you see, you spend some time with your parents, but then you get married. You spend some time with your children, but then they fly out. Once they have their wings, they move from the nest. But then there is this one relationship which goes on for a long time, and that is the husband and wife relationship. And today we thought that we'll have a brief discussion on what can we do in our Grihastha life. Grihastha, this is a very beautiful word, Grihastha Ashram, because here Ashram itself means where the center of life is Krishna. So in ISKCON, Prabhupada has established this Grihastha Ashram where he said, yes, in your journey going back home, back to Godhead, it's our journey, it's a single journey, we have to make our own endeavors, but very kindly we have this opportunity to have a partner in Krishna consciousness who will help us. So usually when you are on a war, somebody is shooting on you, you are shooting them back. It's a very risky war. But then if you have a shield with you and then you also shoot, it becomes a little easy. So Grihastha is more like having a shield. When you have a partner around with you who helps you, and then you shoot Maya and somehow you reach your destination. But at the same time in Grihastha ashram there are so many other obstacles because of not having proper understanding among each other. So we thought that today we will discuss we'll have a class which is like a class after the Bhagavatam class, because Bhagavatam talks about so many ideal couples, talks about so many nice instructions, but the practical lab is the Grihastha ashram. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Trinadapi Sunichena Taruriva Sahi Suna, it looks very nice when we hear it, but the practical lab experiment is when we can actually apply that in our lives with a partner nearby. Because it is very easy to be Trinadapi Sunichena to our Guru, to senior devotees. It's very easy because it comes naturally and there is no ego clash and we can be so humble in front of them. But to apply that in our day-to-day life and with somebody whom you are very closely associating, they say, right, familiarity breeds contempt, because when you get close you see everything about a person. From far everything looks very beautiful, but when you get close, yesterday we went to Radha Gokulananda farm and there were lots of peacocks, very beautiful peacocks, and they were all opened up and like they were dancing actually. So I was just thinking in my mind that peacocks look very beautiful, and we were taking photos and we were very happy. But after some time, oh yeah, you can come into front,
so that other
you
can come
do
and
that,
see.
yes. So I was just thinking that, peacocks are so beautiful, and I was like discussing with the devotees. I said we wanted to keep peacocks in Vishakhapatnam, but unlike here in Sydney, there are lots of rules and regulations. You can't get a peacock and keep them in the temple. But after some time when we were taking prasad, the same peacocks were a little bit annoying because they were making so much sound. So, and things look very nice like from far and for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, but if you have to stay with a peacock inside a room, after some time you'll not like them. So it's like that with relationships also, in the beginning everything is very, very sweet. Like when a husband and wife, they get newly married, the wife is also very sweet, and whatever the husband says, the wife hears. After a few years of marriage, whatever the wife says, the husband hears, and after another few years of marriage, they both speak and the neighbors hear. Because there will be so many fightings and all. So what can we do, like the practical tips to see that we have a hassle-free journey back home, back to Godhead? So if there are certain tips that we can apply in our lives, then our Grihastha life will become very beautiful. Because we have a lot of respect for Vaishnavas, but we forget that our wife is also Vaishnavi and husband is also Vaishnava. I always, tell the devotees, whenever some sannyasis or anybody comes to the temple or senior Prabhupada disciples, they become all excited, making prasadam, making 100 varieties, and mostly the husbands come and complain कि हमको तो घर में 2 variety में नहीं मिलता है. But only when this seniors Vaishnavas come, then we get lot of nice prasadam. So I keep telling the wives that it's not that if you cook for sannyasis and Prabhupada disciples, it's wonderful because they're Vaishnava, even your husband is a Vaishnava. So if you can cook for him, and that's wonderful actually. But we have that distinctions, like when we are outside with people, we are very cordial, even like using the magic words, sorry, thank you and please. We very, very civilized way we do it. But when it comes to our own wife and husband, we may, we are very familiar and we may not be that respectful. So like that, there are so many subtle and small things. In fact, there is this, I was reading, 7th canto, when Narad Muni explains about ideal Grihastha life. And then in the 8th canto also we have this pastime of Aditi and Kashyap Muni. You know, when Bali Maharaj, he does all this austerity, he becomes very powerful, then he occupies the heaven, and Indra is driven out. Then Indra goes to Grihaspati and says that, now what should I do? Then Grihaspati says, this is not your right time to fight back with Bali, because Bali has become very strong, so better you hide. So Indra and all the devatas, they hide. When Aditi comes to know this, she is very unhappy because her children, the devatas, they are suffering. So at that time, when she is just taking care of the ashram, Kashyap Muni comes there. And then that beautiful conversation that happens between Aditi and Kashyap Muni is something that all householders should read, where Kashyap Muni asks the right questions to Aditi, you know, how's the house, how's the domestic animals inside the house, is everybody happy, are the brahmanas fed, are the guests received properly, did you take care of the servants at home, and the kind of questions he asked and the kind of replies she gave. And then especially that first verse where it says that Kashyap Muni was for a long time doing tapasya, and after long time he came back home. And sometimes we may wonder, like, you know, how did these people get so much time in Krishna consciousness? Because in Grihastha life, one major problem that we face is no time. No time is a complaint everybody has. But we see that the couples which we see in Bhagavatam, they had all the time. Why? How could they get time? Because they also had children. In fact, we just have like one husband and one wife, but Kashyap Muni, he had 17 wives. And everybody was happy, and he had so many children, and he still had time for Krishna consciousness. So how is that? Kardama Muni and Devahati had time for Krishna consciousness. Krishna had 16,108 wives, and they were all happy. The Pandavas had Draupadi and then again so many other wives, and they were all happy. And Ambarish Muni Maharaj also had many wives, and he was also very happy in Krishna consciousness. So how come, you know, and we never hear that Draupadi had any issue with Kunti Maharani, and we never heard that Satyabhama and Devaki had fightings. I mean, they were all very happy and cordial, whether it is husband-wife relationship or mother-in-law relationship. So I was just wondering that what is that common between them, and why are they able to practice Krishna consciousness so well? And I was just thinking, I think one thing that is common between them is they were all very clear about their goal. They had a very clear-cut this, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and goal of my life is to go back home, back to Godhead. Because the goal was clear, things became very clear. Otherwise, Krishna consciousness practice is very simple. Only thing is that we keep changing our goals from time to time. Sometimes we are very serious in Krishna consciousness, and yes, I want to become devotee, and after some time, we will become devotee someday. It keeps fluctuating depending upon whom we are associating with. Our Krishna consciousness sometimes goes very stronger, sometimes. And if goal is not clear, things will not be happy. Now imagine you go to a departmental store and you are very clear that you want to buy bread and butter. Then it is very simple. You go, you pick up bread, you pick up butter, go to the billing counter, there ends your story. But if you are not sure what you want, then that whole shopping process becomes very taxing. You will keep roaming around the whole departmental store, and even if some saleswoman comes and tells you, can I help you anyway? You wouldn't know how to take the help because you have still not decided what you want to buy. But if you have decided what you want to buy, then it just takes 5 minutes. So problem with us is we have still not decided whether we want to stay back in this material world, do we want to go back home, that's why we are always confused, and we always have so many questions because we are not clear about our goal. If we are clear that we want to go back home, back to God, then things are pretty simple. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy, take prasadam. But we are not. I mean, I always feel, when I was a young girl, I'm born in a Gujarati family, and because we had Laddu Gopal Seva and all at our house from the beginning, so I've never even tasted onion garlic in my life because that's how our life was. From beginning, we never used to have tea, coffee or onion garlic in our house. So, I'm talking about so many years back when I was a young kid. So, we can't go to restaurants because restaurants will have onion garlic. So, in Hyderabad, there was this one restaurant where they used to have Jain food. Now, Jain food has become pretty common. When I was a student, it was not that common to have a Jain food. Nobody asked for a Jain food. So, one particular restaurant, my uncle used to take us once in a while on Sundays. And I remember we all cousins, everybody used to sit in there and then make our orders, somebody orders a masala dosa, somebody orders a uttappam, and I remember what used to happen, I used to place my order, but when my brother's uttappam used to come, I used to think, I should have ordered uttappam. Though I've already ordered my masala dosa, or I should have ordered idli. The moment, you see others' things on the table, you think, I should have ordered that, I should have ordered that. I think that's what happens with us in our day-to-day life also. we decide, yeah, I want to do that, I want to become Krishna conscious, I want to be a nice devotee, and we have almost like fixed up our goal, and then what happens, we go to a Griha Pravesha of somebody and we see some very beautiful palatial house, and then we see those chandeliers and their beauty, and we think, yeah, I want to be Krishna conscious, but I think material life is also important, so I better take another job. Immediately we will change, or maybe after some time we see some Ramdev Baba's yoga session and we think, actually health is also more important, I better do 1 hour yoga before 1 hour chanting. We keep on changing, we are not sure actually what we want to do. We just like whoever we are associating with, we want to become like them for some time. And then their association is gone, then we want to become like her, then we want to become like her, and we keep changing our. But if we have a fixed goal, this is what I want to do, no matter what happens, then things will become very easy. And not only that, every Grihastha has to also plan their retirement from Grihastha duties. If we see Maharaj Bharat, or we see Shivi Chakravarti, or we see Rantidev, or we see so many amazing kings, they all had such an amazing blueprint of their life. Okay, this is what I will do for 25 years, or this is what I will do for 50 years, then I will do this, then I will do. But our life, we have not planned it, what we are going to do when. We're just going with the flow. Today's day is over, again tomorrow's day will be over. But where is the planning? Just like a businessman, he makes a plan. Okay, 25 years from now, I see myself here. This will be the price of my shares at that time. This will be my property price. This is what I will do. This is how I get my daughter married. There's a whole plan. Similarly, we have to have a plan in Krishna consciousness. Okay, this is enough at this time, and now I'm going to, dedicate my time and energy for Krishna. This is how I'm going to do. We know how to get inside, but we don't know how to get out. Our situation is like Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, he knew how to get inside the Chakravyu, but he didn't know how to come out. That's why he got killed. So we get into the Grihastha ashram, we get married, but we really don't know how to come out of it. Until the fag end of your life, if you keep getting into that Grihastha chakra, do this, do that, it doesn't work. We need to plan. So whenever somebody, brahmacharis of late, when they enter brahmachari ashram, they are entering with a plan how I will become Grihastha in future. But Grihasthas are not entering into Grihastha ashram making a plan how I should become Vanaprastha in future. Like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj used to say about these 3 lights, traffic lights, red and green and orange. So in our life also, our beginning years are like green light. Okay, nothing much to worry. But then as our age is going, we should understand that the orange light is coming, and now we need to slow down, and then we never know when. Orange means red light anytime. So one should slow down and pause and think, okay, fine, I don't know how much time I still have left, and I should slow down and I should concentrate more on my Krishna conscious activity. Now I'm just reminded of this one man who was plucking some amlas, amlas, right? The Indian gooseberry. So he was plucking some amlas and he was putting them in a jute bag. So after some time the jute bag got filled up. And then we have this Indian mentality, because you're all from India, you'll understand when you put something in the dabba, salt or something, after that you move the dabba, then some more can be put in. We won't leave it at that, we'll just move it and then again some more, and try to fill as much as possible. So he is an Indian man. So he said, okay, this is not enough. So he was just shaking that jute bag and trying to accommodate some more gooseberries. So he started putting. After 1 hour or so, it's still getting filled, and he was wondering, how come this is happening? How come he's able to put more and more? Then what he realized after some time is that there was a hole below that jute bag, and every time that he was putting one year, one was going out, and that's how he was accommodating. So sometimes our lives are also like that. We start accommodating our materialistic jobs and activities, and we think, a little more, and a little more. And we think, actually I'm doing fine, but we don't understand is that Amla is going down from, you are killing your spiritual time by accommodating more of material time, and you think, actually I'm doing well, it's okay, I'll be able to manage. But we don't understand, after some time the quality of our chanting goes away, the quality of our Krishna consciousness goes away. It's not possible to, accommodate so many material things at the same time, continue with our Krishna consciousness. So one has to be very picky and have a clear-cut goal of life. Now, if our goal of life is clear, then only we can have quality relationships among husband and wife. So one is to have a fixed goal, that is for G. And another thing that we need to do in Grihastha life is to be grateful. It's very important that we be satisfied, we be grateful for whatever Krishna has given and whatever situation that Krishna has put us into. Otherwise, most of our time goes in sulking and complaining that Actually, if my wife was more Krishna consciousness, I could have do better. If my husband was more supportive, I could have do better. But the whole point is bloom where you are planted. Whatever situation Krishna has arranged for you, from that situation only you have to become more Krishna consciousness. You can't change people around you. We just need to, we can't change the content, but we can change the context. The way we look at things, our perspective is what we can change around. So it's very important as a Grihastha that we be grateful for whatever situation Krishna has put us and take maximum advantage, grateful to people and appreciate whatever we have around. That is so important. Sometimes our appreciation is only limited to how this person has made a change in my life. That's a very low level of appreciation. We should go a little bit more higher. It's not about how the person has made change in my life, how the person himself having such amazing qualities. He himself is such an amazing human being, and then we can actually start thinking about them in terms of the devotees that we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, how they have such wonderful qualities and how we can see those qualities in this person. If our appreciation comes to that level, then it will become very beautiful. And then being satisfied, in whatever we have. I'm reminded of this one man who had a very small house. So he goes to a sadhu and he says, I'm not happy. What's your problem? No, my house is very small. So, I have my mother-in-law and I have my 2 daughters and then myself and then my wife. And, the sadhu says, oh, fine, don't worry, I can sort out that problem. He said, how is that? He said, I have a magical cow just parked behind my hut. I've tied her to a tree. You take that cow and within 1 month all your problem will be sorted out. So he takes that cow and goes home. Now instead of problem getting sorted out, the problem becomes more because now he has his 2 daughters, mother-in-law, himself, his wife and the cow dung and everything is getting dirty. So after 1 month he comes back and he says, Sadhu Baba, my problem has not been sorted out. Oh, I just gave you the wrong cow. Probably there's another one which you can take and I think that will sort out your problem. So he takes the second cow. Now the problem becomes multiply. Now he has 2 cows and mother-in-law and her 2 daughters and himself and wife and cow dung, and he was frustrated. And after 2 months he comes back, my problem is not sorted out. And then the Sadhu Baba says, okay, fine, do one thing, you give the 2 cows back. So he gives the 2 cows back and says, how's everything now? He said, oh, my problem is sorted out. I have so much space in my house because now the 2 cows have gone and there's no dung and we are so happy. So what exactly happened is he just made him realize what he already has. So sometimes our life is like that famous novel, right? That Acres and Acres of Diamond. There's this man from South Africa. He had acres and acres of land. And once he went for his school meet, you have this alumni meet. You meet your friends after 20 years and 30 years. So when he had this alumni meet, he saw that all his Radha Gopinath ji ki chai, Jagannath ji ki chai. So he saw that all his friends are very successful. They're mining diamond. Then he realized, why am I wasting my time doing farming? Maybe I should also mine diamonds. So he sold off all his farmlands and he went mining. And he tried for many years, but he never discovered any diamonds and he died. Now the person to whom he had sold his farm, after many years, that man was just taking a stroll in the farm and he saw some stones in the farm in large quantity. It was 150 acres of land and glittering and looking little nice, multicolored. So he took that stone and put it in his drawing room. And after some time somebody came to visit him. And that man, he said, where did you get this stone from? Oh, this stone lying in thousands in my sight. And he said, oh, this is a very precious diamond. It's not a stone, it's very precious stone. He said, oh, the thousands of them are lying in my farmland. So imagine the guy who had that farmland sold it in search of diamond, but the diamonds were in his backyard. So this is the story of our lives also. We want to serve Vaishnavas, and we know if we do Mahat Seva, Vaishnava Seva, we'll be blessed and all, but we forget that back home we also have a Vaishnava who is also having Kanti and chanting Hare Krishna. If we can be nice to them and serve them and be satisfied with what we have and understand the value of Krishna, what Krishna has already given us. So yeah, this is one thing as Grihasthas is we have our goal very clear, we be honest about it. Sometimes what happens is your knowledge becomes my realization, means or your realization becomes my knowledge. So suppose if the speaker in the Bhagavatam class says, goal of our life is Goloka Vrindavan, and we also say, yeah, like a parrot, we say, yes, my goal is also Goloka Vrindavan, but actually our goal may not be Goloka Vrindavan, we are not even on that stage. We still have so many material desires, but we artificially try to cover it. But if we can be honest about it, that actually, as of now, that's not my goal actually. I actually am having some other goal, and if we can share it with our mentor, and we start from where we are, then it will become, then we'll actually go step by step up. But if we artificially put something in our heads, which is not actually our level, then we don't even know what we are doing. We are totally confused. But if we can be honest about it, well, actually, that's not my goal. Well, actually, I'm on such level that where I'm simply asking Krishna that I want to be materially comfortable. My children should be fine and I should be fine. And yes, I like Krishna, but that's about it for now. And if we can share it, then from there we can go one by one step. And maybe ultimately, yes, one day we will reach there. But we have to be honest about it. So if we, in Krishna consciousness, the most dangerous thing is not sin, hypocrisy is the most dangerous thing. Sin is okay if we are doing sin, slowly we will improve, and then there is, I'm not trying to encourage you to do that, but then there are so many vratas like Ekadashi, this, that, and all. Ultimately, whatever you have done by mistake, probably someday you will be able to nullify it. But hypocrisy, nobody can help you. If we are just like plain, simple and honest, this is my situation, then definitely we can take help from the mentors and we can go step by step, one step by step. So I made this acronym called Grihastha, Grihasta, and what are the tips associated. So yeah, G is for goal, we should have our goal very clear. G is also grateful, and it's also in a husband and wife relationship, you have to bend, because you see, when you attach two things, imagine if you're welding two iron rods, how do you do welding? They can't just attach each other like that. You have to cut a little bit, and then only you can weld them. So if you say, I don't want to make any compromises and I will be just the way I am, then no relationship will stand. You have to bend a little, and then he has to bend a little, and then only it becomes happy. And sometimes we need to adjust and adapt ourselves to what they like, and then they will adapt to us. I'm reminded of this pastime of Srila Prabhupada when he went on a walk on Juhu beach for the first time. All the rich men and businessmen were walking their dogs on the beach, and Prabhupada instantly, when he saw them, Prabhupada said, good morning, and he kept wishing good morning to everybody. And after that, when Prabhupada came back, then his disciples said, Prabhupada, instead of good morning, if you would have said Hare Krishna, at least they would have heard Krishna's name. And Prabhupada never replied to that. And then next day morning, when they went for a walk, all that businessmen whom Prabhupada had said good morning, they were telling Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Swamiji, Hare Krishna Swamiji. And then Prabhupada looked at his disciples and he smiled. So what he meant to say is that a little bit we bend. Prabhupada made them feel so comfortable by addressing them in the way that they are comfortable. Then immediately they felt the need that we should say something which will please Swamiji. Okay, let us say Hare Krishna. So this is how also goes with husband and wife relation. A little bit you bend, and a little bit automatically the person bends. Now I'm reminded of this, one couple, they used to keep coming to us for some kind of a counseling, and then the husband used to, sometimes complain to my Prabhu that, I get so tired when I come back from office and my wife expects that I should take her out somewhere. They usually, according to a research they made, scientists, about speaking, initially there was a myth that women speak more than men, but later they find out that actually both speak equally. Only thing is, on an average, they say a woman or a man speaks 16,000 words in a day. But why do the men feel that the women speak more? Because when they come back from the office, they have completed their 16,000 words, but the Mataji starts the first word when he comes back. So that's why he feels, why does she speak so much? But she hasn't spoken the whole day, so she's been waiting that you come and then she'll start her 16,000 words. So he used to always complain that whenever I come back home, she'll say, of course, here in Australia, both of the couple work, so it's fine. But there in India, still that much working on the Matajis have not started. So they'll be waiting whole day, okay, once he comes, we go out. So every day he says, I'm so tired, I can't. And then they will fight. And And then they will leave the topic, not because she understands, because she's tired to fight anymore, no more energy is there, and they sleep. That's a regular routine. So one day we suggested to that Prabhu that do one thing, when she tells you that, you actually say, okay, fine, like take her, because understand her situation, she's been at home whole day. So after that, next day when he came to us, he said, Prabhuji, I tried that trick. I went back home and wife was saying, okay, let's go. I said, yeah, come on, let's go. And the moment I said, okay, let's go, she immediately felt so, like compassion on me, and she said, no, you're actually looking so tired, we'll go tomorrow. So it says that sometimes, you just want that, is the person caring for you or not? That's all you want, it to be proved, that if I told him, and did he do it or not? Sometimes maybe they may not even want it to happen, but they just want to check out. And also it's like, there's this very famous book, it's not Krishna conscious, but usually for the Grihasthas, this is called 5 Language of Love. 5 Language of Love. Everybody has a different language of love. For somebody, love may be seva, service. Okay, I'm earning for my wife and children. Okay, I'm working for my husband. For them, the way of expressing love is service. For some of them, the way of expressing love is gifts. Or get something, give something. For maybe somebody, the way of expressing love is words. Some nice words, say something very nice. For somebody, affection may be a physical touch. Oh, come on, how are you? Give a hug, So everybody has a, different way. And for somebody, love is, if you give your time, that's very important. Even if you don't buy a gift or a rose, but you just be there and listen and give your time, then for them that's the most important thing. So yeah, we don't know what is their language of love. If we can understand that and reciprocate, they will become so happy. For some of them, like little thing, right? Little caring is a sign of love, and they become so happy. People don't care how much knowledge you have until they know how much you care. If you care, then everything is valid. Otherwise, nobody bothers what you know, what you're talking about. So yeah, these are the different five. There may be so many ways of expressing love, but these are the famous 5 ways, people express their affection. So yeah, one should understand what's the other person's need, and then reciprocate in that way. Also, most of the time we are dealing in different currencies. Let's say you give me a camera and I ask you how much is the price, and you tell me it's $200, and I'm wondering, oh, that's very cheap, I bought him a 50,000 rupees gift and he gave me $200 camera, but I don't understand that I'm dealing in rupees and he's dealing in dollars, and ultimately that it's actually more than what I have thought, but I just couldn't understand the currency. This is what happens in our day-to-day life also. We're actually dealing in different currencies. So that is why we don't have very beautiful relationships. And I'm reminded of this father and son. Once the son asked the father, come and watch me, I'm playing cricket this evening, so you should come and watch me. And the father said, yeah, definitely, I'll be there in the evening. But then in the evening, he got some important meeting, and he was thinking, if I attend this meeting and I make another $500 more, $500 more, instead of going and watching that match, I'll actually get him the most expensive bat in the world. So he skipped that program, and he stayed back for his office work. And the next day, his son was very upset. So he said, don't be upset, I'm going to get you the most expensive bat. Then his son said, well, what will I do with the expensive bat? I don't care, even if it's a cheap bat. I really wanted you to be there and cheer me up. So now what has happened is they're just dealing in different currency. He has the utmost affection for his son, and the son is also having utmost affection, but he wanted something and he was expecting something else. So yeah, we should also know what currency the other person is dealing in, right? So yeah, being grateful, keeping your goal in mind, being satisfied with whatever we have. I won't use that, what do you say in English, the grass on the other side is greener. In our ISKCON context, the gulab jamun on his plate on the Sunday feast is bigger than mine. That's how we feel like, he's more lucky, he's more this, he's more... Yeah, many times, in Indian context I'm talking, they'll say, Mataji, her husband is so nice, he goes and drops the children for school. My husband, I tell him 100 times, he'll say, Mataji, his wife is so nice, she makes so nice sambar, my wife just gives me cereal to eat. But I tell them that, her husband may be dropping the kids to home, but he may be having some other problem which you don't know. Or maybe his wife makes very good sambar, but she may be having some other problem which you don't know. Everybody is having different kind of problem. It's like different kind of ice cream flavors. You may be having strawberry flavor, she may be having vanilla, but everybody has their set of problem, and nobody is a sarvaguna sampanna. Everybody has, only thing that from far it looks like wow, but ultimately we are all human beings, and we have 4 defects, and we are not complete, So we just have to tolerate each other in this journey with whatever shortcomings that we have, and complement each other. If he's good at that and you are good at that, just complement each other and help each other, and travel in this Krishna conscious journey. Respect each other, because we are different genders. We have to respect the gender difference. Like sometimes the Matajis, they will say, this is how my husband behaved. If it was me, I would have never do that. And I told, you will never do that because you're a woman. And he will do that because he's a man. So, because they think in a different way and the women think in a different way. And that is even proved by science. It's not something that only we are talking about in scriptures. And we all hear about the left brain and the right brain. So some are, right brain oriented, some are left brain oriented. And mostly the men are more rational and logical than being emotional like women. So they do think in different ways. So we need to respect the gender difference and not keep, very big expectation. We have to have reasonable expectations. Especially in India, mostly these expectations are highly inspired by Shah Rukh Khan from the Bollywood, because he will bring rose every day, so the wife will expect my husband will also bring rose or sing some song. It doesn't happen like that. You get married probably because of some kind of a chemistry or attraction, but if the marriage has to last, it's not chemistry, it's commitment. So you cannot expect very dreamy things. We just have to have reasonable expectation. The problem is that we think that without our speaking, husband should understand. The husband thinks without my telling, she should understand. But the thing is, we haven't married a mystic yogi, we have married a bhakti yogi. So people can't understand, we can't assume that he has to understand, he should have understood, without my speaking he should have done this. Just speak out and just communicate, that's it, it's so simple. Just talk about it, okay, this is what I want. I've seen many times the Matajis, they will expect the husband should wish me anniversary, he should wish me birthday, and if he forgets in the morning, they will never even remind him, and they will wait till the night and then he will taunt, you forgot, right? But if you wanted the wish, you could have reminded in the morning only that you have forgot to wish me, so no, why should I? All that ego, he should have remembered. He forgot, at least remind now. So poor fellow will get a pizza from Govinda or something, he will do for you. So that kind of ego, just communicate, keep it simple, like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I expect, and things can be so easy. Communication, I'm reminded of this one, I don't know, many times I say this, my favorite. There was this husband and wife who got newly married, and the husband was a little bit very aggressive, the way he talks. He was very loving, but maybe probably some people have that pitch, the way they talk. So every time, he wants something done, he tells his wife, hey, where is my coffee? If you don't get my coffee, then, and his wife will, no, Prabhu, I'm just getting it, Prabhu, please, where is my hot water? Where is my... All the time he gets very aggressive, and this wife was like, newly married, very shy. After 1 month, she confided in her friend, every time my husband, if anything, he said, otherwise I will, I get so afraid. But this friend was very smart. She said, okay, one time you ask, otherwise what? All the time you don't have to tolerate so much. So she just, got some courage, and next day morning, her husband again started, I'm getting late for the office, still the hot water in the bathroom is not ready. Are you giving me the hot water? Otherwise I will. And then she came out from the kitchen and she said, otherwise what? Otherwise I'll take bath with cold water. This is what I wanted to tell you last 1 month, but you never gave me that opportunity. If you don't give me hot water, I'll take bath with cold water. So it's like that, communication, actually people are also not that complicated. We make things very complicated if we can just communicate. So one thing is, have your goal fixed, Second thing is be grateful, appreciate each other, be satisfied in whatever you have, don't compare with others, and then have reasonable expectations, because in this world nobody is paripurna. In fact, many times devotees, when they fill up that Vaishnava matrimonial form, they will write so many qualities that they want in their wife. She should be beautiful, she should be completed Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, she should know cooking, she should be humble, she should like children, she should... So many things they will write. And the men also, my wife and the women also, my husband should be like this, like this, like this, Sometimes I tell them that do one thing, you write an application to Brahma, maybe he'll create one for you. Because as of now, I don't see any such thing available with all the qualities. You can put an application, probably he can create one for you, Everybody will have some, this paripurna, nobody. In fact, I keep telling people, myself and Prabhu, we are married now for 26 years. We entered into our 27th year, And I will not vouch that my husband is perfect and the greatest, and 100% will not vouch that I am the most best of it. But what I feel is, between the couple, there is a divine couple. We have the same purpose in life. And I accept, whatever he has fault, and he accepts me the way I am, and that's how things are going. And nobody is completely perfect, Sometimes, people think that perfect Grihastha life means probably they may not be having any fight. Oh man, maybe like Mataji told you, a perfect couple, maybe they'll never fight. No, if you don't have fight, then you're not authentic husband and wife. There is a girlfriend, boyfriend. Husband, wife means they will fight. If nothing, at least you will fight of the AC temperature or some fan, something you will fight over. If you don't fight, then something wrong. I'm telling you, if your husband is not fighting with you or your wife is not doing something really wrong, please check out if she is having any other relationship. I tell you, it's very serious. There will be fight for sure. Something you're living with a person 24 hours, sharing restroom. Sometimes the husband will put wet towel on the bed. So many things will be happening. So yeah, that will happen. But I keep joking. My husband is from Bengal, right? He's a Bengali from West Bengal, and I'm from Ahmedabad, the Gujarati. So I tell between the West Bengal and Gujarat, there is Vrindavan. That is why I guess we are, because otherwise people who know us by closely, personally would vouch that there is nothing common between both of us. We are completely north and south. If I like rice, he likes chapati, I like spicy, he likes something else. Our interest, everything is so different. Absolutely, our taste, hobbies, everything, temperaments, everything. But we are very happy together, and it's all because we have Krishna in center, right? Between the couple, keep the divine couple. If you both have that same purpose in life, that yes, we want to please Krishna. The thing is, if I try to please him, he never will please. And if he tries to please me, I never will please. But if together we both try to please Krishna, both will be pleased. So that's the secret of happy marriage life, is that we try to please Krishna. So we keep our keep the bigger challenge as the bigger challenge. The bigger challenge is that we are stuck here in this material world and we have to go back home, back to Godhead. That's the bigger challenge. So if we keep this bigger challenge as a bigger challenge, we keep small things small, we keep our goal clear, we be grateful, we respect gender differences, we have reasonable expectations and not very high expectations from our partner, and we have integrity. Whatever we are saying, speaking, it should have some kind of alignment. Not that we say something, but we want something and we do something. You see in our day-to-day household life also, sometimes you tell your children, like they're fighting over some toy train, and you will say, hey, why are you fighting? You are elder brother now, why can't you give your toy? We give that preaching to our children. And after 10 minutes, your son will see that you are fighting with your brother in India over some property. And he'll be wondering, just now my father said, come on, you're elder, leave it, but he's not leaving, he's fighting for his property and they don't have, right? Sometimes the mother tells the child, okay, don't watch TV, don't do this, but the moment some friend comes and she wants to talk, she'll say, go and watch TV. So children get so confused that, you're saying something, but you're actually doing something. Sometimes in Krishna conscious life also, back in India, I've seen that when they are in the temple, the husband and wife, they're so different, but when they go back home, they may not be following all the rules properly. So children get very much confused about Krishna consciousness, that at home my parents are actually not following, but then in the temple something else is happening, so that will take them away from Krishna consciousness. We have to be very honest, like whatever we are, and from that stage we have to try and improve. So like that, we have to have integrity. Whatever we are speaking, we should follow that, otherwise sometimes we publicly speak something, but inside we want something else. I always give that example, you ask any mother that do you want to have a son like Shravan Kumar, they'll be very happy. Yes, who follows and takes care of mother and father and serves mother and father. They become so happy. Yes, Mataji, we want a son like Shravan Kumar. And then you ask them next question, do you want husband like Shravan Kumar? They say, no, my husband should not be like Shravan Kumar serving his parents. That he should serve me, but my son should be like Shravan Kumar, and who should serve me? So how can that be possible? We have to have the right principle, And also another thing in marriages is we also have to be respectful to the other person's parents. That's very important. That's one thing, in India, I don't know here, no? In India, this is very big complaint they have. Oh, my wife is very enthusiastic when her mother comes. When my mother comes, she gets headache, stomach pain, and more work in office, and she will not give time, and she will not take an off, but I take off when her mother comes, and this is a regular problem. So yeah, respect not only means that you respect each other, you also respect each other's parents. That's a symptom of love. When you respect everything that is connected to the object of love, if you really love your wife, you respect everything that's connected to her or that is important to her. And when you love your husband, you respect everybody who is connected to him. That's love, actually. So we have to be, because imagine that mother and father, they have brought up your husband from the very young. So many sleepless nights they must be having, changing his diapers, taking him to doctors, sending him to school. We are seeing ourselves when we raise our children. So much effort and affection goes behind it. So we have to be appreciative of that person. And sorry if I'm being biased here, but what I see usually is that the husbands are more kinder to the wife's parents than wife being kinder. No, I'll clarify, don't get upset with me. Probably I also feel it maybe because of familiarity. What happens is that the wife leaves her family and comes and stays with the in-laws. I'm talking about the Indian context. And then the in-laws are there and she has to live with the mother-in-law day in and day out, 24 hours, months together, years together. So that little bit familiarity is there. And sometimes for husbands, meeting the wife's mother is once in a blue moon in Indian context. So then that more respect and sweet relationship is there. But here I'm sure it is not like that because all of you are out of India and all. But yeah, so we should have that respect for each other's parents and siblings, and so that is one way of showing affection. So yeah, G for being grateful and having goal, and R is respectful, and I you have integrity, and H is of course humility, humbleness. The way you talk, your body language and all is very important. Sometimes we mean it right, our intention is good, but our presentation is not so good, and that hurts a person. So we have to be very careful about that. And one should not dig up old datas. Of course, I'm Mataji, but I accept Mataji's, they have very good memory card, If the husband makes one mistake, she can go directly to 1972, what he had done in her sister's marriage. And from that onwards, she can bring the whole data back. Somehow, Krishna has made like that computer, And this guy will not even remember, really I did like that, yeah, you did it, I remember, at that time you did like that. It was 7:20 in the morning. So there is Matajis have that habit, they have very good memory power. So they should try and avoid bringing whole data. Every time there is a fight, you don't have to bring the whole old data back. Fight for what is now, today's problem. What he did today, talk about it, don't go back, Of course, it's because of the gender. Actually, men and women are made like that. The men are more goal-oriented and the women are more process-oriented. They like the whole process and all, but men, they like to keep things short. That's why you see the conversations also, men are not the one who will like long conversations. They like to keep it very short, but women, they love the whole conversation, it should be, and they're very descriptive also. and they really enjoy that whole process, you know. I've personally seen, you know, if a woman goes out for shopping, more than buying the sari, what makes her happy is the whole process that went behind buying that sari. And when she comes home, she wants her husband to listen how she went and how she took a cab and how she, and the husband feels, I mean, it's a fact, you can ask your husband after the class, they really feel it boring. They don't tell you, but inside, they will not express, but inside their heart they'll be thinking, na, ye kab band karegi, you know. Because the whole thing, the woman will say, you know, I went there and then I saw the green sari, and this man will be thinking, oh, you bought the green sari? No, you know, the green doesn't suit me. And he's like, oh my God. And then I went and then I saw, and then I saw the blue sari, and the husband, so you took the blue sari? No, that I took last time in my sister's marriage, na. And this man is all, kitna color baki hai. And then he said, but then I went and saw the yellow sari, and then this happened and that happened. Oh, did you buy the yellow sari? No, you told me that the budget is 1,000 rupees. And at that time, I swear that man will be thinking, "Arey 1200 le leti," but why again the whole explanation? And then she will explain the whole thing. Then this happened, then this happened. By that time, this man is already sweating. Yeah, and or another 10 minutes, another. Finally, I took the sari, and he's like, oh my God, you know, you took it. But men feel that why can't she keep it simple? I bought the sari. Then thank you for giving me this budget, and I was happy with it. But what she likes is the whole explanation, how she went and what happened and what are the different colors she saw. So I always give this prescription that if you love your husband, keep it short. Even if you have that urge to explain it in details, you can do it with your other friends, other Matajis. Don't bore him. And I tell the men that if you love your wife, hear it. They feel happy. Just hear the whole thing. That makes them so happy if you hear the whole thing, what happened. So it's like that. And this husband and wife relationship is so beautiful. Just yesterday I was sharing with somebody that Hari Bhakti Vilas and the other scriptures, they say that whatever the husband does, 50% wife gets, you know. And of course, like just like, you know, when you commit sin, your guru has to take it. Similarly, the king has to take it. If you are a citizen and the king is not ruling properly, the citizens are doing sin, the king has to take it. If the wife does any sin, the husband has to take it. So, I mean, we may go gaga over equality, no, this and that, but the scriptures says this is the truth. If the husband commits sinful activity, the wife doesn't have to take it. If the wife commits sinful activity, the husband has to take 50% of the karma. If the husband does any good karma, the wife gets 50% free. If the wife does good karma, husband does not get anything. So that is why, you know, for wives, I mean, it's so important that, you know, you should make sure that your husband chants 32 rounds. You will get 16. No, you should also chant, but you know, if you make things conducive for him and he becomes Krishna conscious, anyway you get it free, you know, without much endeavor. That is why you see in the olden days, you know, the rishis and all, their wives used to make things so conducive for them to do the yajna. They used to get all the ingredients, and they were not saying equality, I will also sit with you and do the yajna. They knew that if he does the yajna, anyway she is going to get 50% of it. So yeah. We have to make, you know, atmosphere very It's 12:20, my God. Okay, 10 minutes more, right? 12:30 we ended. Yeah, so there's, yeah, I also want to keep it for question answers. So, yeah, this husband and wife relationship is very beautiful, no matter whether it is love marriage, arranged marriage, whatever marriage. You know, I was one very beautiful Hindi without thinking this is how the married life is going to be, because you have two different people from two different family background, you know. In fact, I keep telling that even when you buy a new phone, you have to transfer the data from the old phone to the new phone, and you give so much time. You just plug them together and you allow it to be there. You don't start pressing buttons on it because you know that data is getting transferred. Similarly, when somebody comes to your house, you know, get married and come to you, that girl must have been brought up in a different atmosphere, different kind of upbringing, and when she has to come to your house and adjust, you have to just give some time for the data transfer to happen, you know, to get adjusted to the new house and all, and not keep very big expectations, and give them a lot of love and affection. That's very important. Just like, you know, even a Tulsi Maharani, if you want to take care in your house, you have to give so much affection. Put the right kind of water, protect it from the sun. Of course, here there is no sun. In India, we have to protect from sun. Here you need sun. So like that, then only the sapling will grow so nicely. So like that, husband and wife, you should take care of each other, respect each other's parents. Actually, you don't have to work harder also in the relationship. You just have to work smarter. That's it. Whatever your husband says or your in-laws says or the elders says, if you can be a little bit respectful to them, they become so happy. I'll tell you one practical example. I've seen in my parents' life, my mother had this typical habit, every evening she'll call my father, Ghar kab aa rahe ho? She knows what time he'll come. Every day he comes at 9 o'clock. Kab aa rahe ho? She will call, It's like the very sweet conversation they have. And then after that, my mother will ask my father, kya banao sham ko? What should I cook in the evening? And typically my father will say, kuch bhi banao. Because he'll be so busy in the office and all, he'll say, make something. My mother will insist, nahi, aap batao. And reluctantly my father will say, take it chole bana do, make some chole. And immediately my mother will say, how can you make chole? You don't know, it has to be put in the soaked in the water. Now if you say then how I can make chole? My father will say, okay fine, leave it, you make bhindi. Or bhindi is not there in the fridge, I have to go and get it from market. My father will say, okay fine, kuch bhi bana do, what is there, take dahi vada bana. Dahi vada raat ko thodi koi dahi vada khata hai. Fine, cabbage bana do, cabbage kal to khaya tha. Then after all that conversation, then my mother will say that begun sabji bana do. My father will say, okay fine, bana do. And I'll tell you, my mother already begun sabji bana ke pada hai kitchen. She'll do the whole process with my father and make it come out from his mouth that theek hai begun bana do. And now what happens, when he comes home in the night, he will not complain because he knows I only told begun sabji, but he's not told poor fellow, she made him tell that. So I tell you, this is like to work smarter. Just like give respect, that's it, make the other person, I'm sorry if I'm trying to sound like we have to be tricky or something, that's not what I'm trying to mean, but yeah, everybody just needs a little bit of importance, make them feel, okay, we have made the decision together, do that. And as I told you, we have to respect the gender differences. The men have the tendency, if you make them feel like the boss, they feel happy about it because that's their tendency. They just want to be, I'm not criticizing, that's a gender thing that happens and they just want to be, and if you can just make them feel a little bit like boss, they will feel so happy about it, just asking them and doing things, even if you want to do what you want to do, just make them say that, so it's like that. So yeah, we have to adjust with each other, everybody is from different backgrounds, so, and we have such a short time together. I tell you, everything in the Grihastha life is a passing phase, I tell you. No matter what stage you are now, remember, it's going to pass. First that honeymoon thing happens and you are madly in love with each other. Everything will be so beautiful. Even if your wife forgets to put salt in the sambar, still it tastes like amrit. Because because you just got married, everything will be so beautiful. And then after some time, because so much close contact, there will be some fighting. That phase will come. And then after that, insecurities start. Because both are working and mixing with the other gender. I don't know, here I'm talking about Indian context, there is always that insecurity, whom my wife is talking and check on her phone and who's my husband talking to and what's happening, why is he wearing blue color shirt in the office, that's something like that. So many insecurities will come. But that will also pass, believe me, because then you get busy with the kids, once the kids come, then you'll be so busy, forget about insecurity feeling, you'll be busy with your kids and all. And then kids' problems, their teenage issues and their school homeworks. And then again another phase of your life where, you have to get them married, get the right husband or right wife for them. And then you will have another new set of problems with your daughter-in-law. That's very pretty interesting. What will happen, bitching and so many things will happen. And then, a stage will come in your life where your children don't need you anymore. They already have their wings and they're flown. They have made their own nest, And then you will see at the end of the day, it is he for you and you for him. And then again, new sets of things will come where the only topic of discussion will be, how was your motion in the morning, did you clear up? Because the health problem starts, diabetes, sugar, cholesterol, you eat this, I eat this, you eat that. So many things you have to be there for each other as you grow old, And at the end of life, you'll understand that we pass through so many phases. By the end of it, nobody else will how we put it, will care for you as much as your husband cares for you or your wife cares for you. But you have to just be strong during these passing phases, because it's not the end of it. It will pass. Everything will pass. And I'll end it with a story here. We're coming to 12:30. Just take the last story. There was this one couple, from Hyderabad, very young couple, and the boy was from Vizag. They got married and they settled in Hyderabad, and he was very attached to us because from young age we have seen him, grow in front of our eyes. So when they got newly married, they had some fightings and all, and once in a while he used to come for counseling. And I tell you, little fights, something like, in the Indian context, my wife will put the bindi on the mirror, and that mirror has all that sticking gum and all. Why does she do that? And she will say, why does he put a, wet towel on this? And like that they used to fight. And the wife was 35 and he was 37 or 38. And I tell you what happened. She got cancer. They never detected it. It got detected only at the 4th stage. And at that time, the doctor said that, she hardly has any days left. So then, within 6 months or something, she died. And after that, he came to meet us in Vizag. So, we were like, sympathizing with him and all. So I was telling, how the days are. So he was saying, Mataji, what I do now, I go to the shop and I buy the bindi packets and I put bindis. So sad, so sad. So now he misses her, but when she was actually putting bindis, he was getting irritated. And he says, now I go and buy bindis and I put it all over in my bathroom mirrors. So yeah, that's how the life is.
See, household life is unending problems. That's why initially Nagamuni was preaching and sending everybody back to God. Brahma didn't like it. Yeah. Creation has to start. Some Purana says that Brahma then thought what to do. If everybody become brahmachari, go back to God directly. I have responsibility to create what to do. Then he gave little sense enjoyment. So in that pretext it goes on. But household life without spirituality, it's not that good. Every day. You have so many examples. I don't want to take your time more.
Yeah, we can open for questions. Yeah, we can open.
So I just want to take one sloka in this pretext, that Ramananda Sarai says that in life one should strive for Krishna Bhakti. You should have greed. The sloka, Krishna Bhakti Sutpavita Vimati Kriyatama Vito Vilabhati Tatra Lorami Bullamekam Koti Janma Sukritim Labhati. That Krishna Bhakti is difficult to get. What Krishna says in Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ati Jnanam. There are 3 types of devotees, Srila Prabhupada said, or Vaishnava says. One is those who are by birth devotee. They're by birth they're devotees, like Srila Prabhupada. Some are by by Vaishnava's blessings. So we all mostly become devotee by the blessings of Vaishnava. So we have to keep in touch with the Vaishnava at any cost. We should not leave it. Even though, like yesterday question came, even though like or dislike, right? We should keep on associating with the Vaishnavas. And we have to keep greed. We should not be Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Ramananda Sai said we should have Kriyatam, we should purchase it. Mullam Ekam, by what? By bhakti, by love we should purchase this bhakti. We have to make the bhakti strong. Bhakti is a kripar. Bhakti Latha. Kripar means it needs some support. So that kripar becomes strong by the association of Vaishnavas chanting, Savanam, Kirtanam, Jal. That is the water we can give. So that we have to make it strong. Then only it's possible. So Ramananda is stressing in his own word that sometime even if you have a course of human life also, you don't get it. But somehow like you all have come, and though you are in Australia, still this Krishna Bhakti is available for you by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada. He's a great guru. he is very big visionary. Other day I told that he was telling in one sloka, Prithivite Nagaradi Asamudra Nagaradi Sakali Lai Krishna Tahali Ananda Hai Tabe Hai Digbujai Chaitanya Kata Adishaya. He said, I want that whole world should chant Krishna's name. Not only the human being, even the birds and beasts, the ocean, the river, even the trees, everybody should chant Krishna's name. Such a great Vaishnava is very difficult to get. So we are in the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Take this thing seriously, associate with the Vaishnavas, and books are there, Bhagavatam, Gita. What missing? Only thing is our efforts. Whatever, as we discussed, a household life is unending. There's a problem. But Srila Prabhupada said, take it lightly, don't fight. Srila Prabhupada, many occasions, many households, they approach Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says, all those small things. Daytime, if you have some fighting, but then night you finish it up, next day morning don't remember all those problems. Because then when you stay together, always little small problem. And as she said, after some time it will not have any validity. Anyway, friendship also temporary, and dukham also temporary, sukham also temporary, heat is also temporary, cold is also temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Even inside also temporary, praise also temporary. So why you should be bothered? So Krishna already warned us in the beginning, the Gita. So that this greed, how to get it, we have to keep through the association. Love sadhu sangha harikatha. If we have greed to hear harikatha, by hearing harikatha, that will develop some. And determination to serve Guru and Krishna. As I told, you can, all should preach. That's what Srila Prabhupada wanted. That if you preach, you at least, you feel like to practice also. No, I'm telling others. So if I don't do, I become a hypocrite. So I should also follow it. And Srila Prabhupada, such a nice one. A couple from Australia wrote to Srila Prabhupada, to Bombay, that when you come to Australia, I want to meet you. And Srila Prabhupada came here, and he asked, where is that couple, what is the name? No, Swamiji, I want you should go to Sweden and preach there. Swamiji, I don't know anything. No, you take this Gita, whatever you learn, you preach there. This is how we started our worldwide movement within 11 years. Srila Prabhupada used to give so much importance to the preaching, and he used to give push, no, you can do it. He got the best out of the person. Whether even if it's hopeless, useless, he used to give a lot of importance. No, you can do it. So that if Srila Prabhupada had been here, he would have loved the way you all do it. So take things, you can preach and practice. If you preach, you will also practice. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says our Gauri Sampradaya can go back to Godhead. When you preach, we get blessings of Krishna, Radharani. Then only, because without that blessings, we cannot go. So particular blessing we can get by preaching only. So I request everybody should preach nicely. And take this Gita, Bhagavad, it's a nectar, everything is nectar. And bhakti is the highest. In Gita, more than 26 slokas saying bhakta, bhakti, bhakti amavajanati, bhakti yogini sabati, so many, everywhere, bhakti yoginam absarvisham, sadhavan bhajati yogi, those who have sadha. So because other yoga process is not that for us. Brahmavadi, Adi Yogi, how many of you can believe that I want to go to Himalaya and stay around there? It's not possible. So this is the best. And as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it simplified. Grihastha, Bane Thakur, Sada Hari Bolada. Wherever you are, you chant. That's all. That much, very simple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I don't want to, I have come here, I don't want to go alone. I want to take everybody. So as I told you, you are in the ship of Srila Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What Srila Prabhupada in Bhagavatam, that actually this movement is made by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's his mission. In many places, Srila Prabhupada tell it. So let us be together. Don't lose hope. Sometimes, some of them, they're very enthusiastic. After some time, lose hope. Don't lose hope. This is the only thing what we can do. A materialistic life is temporary. This is permanent. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mami Bhum Sajulaki. He is everything. Pita Mahasya Jagatu Mata Dhata Pita. He is everything. Jana Ka Janani Daita Tanaya. Prabhu Guru Pati Tusan. Everything. Who not? This Krishna Bhakti is a nectar. It's only how you take it. As Madam said, that if you just give up initially, as the Chani devotion, initially poison came, though initially little problem, later on everything is nectar. So I request everybody to take seriously, and whatever the small service can do, big service. If nothing, at least you chant. Anybody has problem of chanting, no problem. Anybody having problem of taking prasadam, so that prasadam and chanting, no problem. Right? So at least take prasadam and chanting, that's enough. Whatever the way you can serve, Vaishnava, we should serve, we get blessings. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
So if you have any question about household and life, but don't think that it will be ending. She's having some question.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I have a question that if there is like opposite views regarding Krishna consciousness in the family, so how to handle that environment? Like Gurudev says that kids are learning from your behavior, that don't close that for Krishna consciousness. They're learning, they're watching you, you are their idol, you're watching you, they're learning. But the same environment is there that one person is following Krishna consciousness, but other one is not following. So kids are watching both parents. One is Krishna consciousness, one is Lord. So how to handle this environment?
You want to answer?
I don't. See, what we see, you are seeing your family, we see many families. You take it softer stand. Don't take it 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 2 months as far. So in long run, if parents are devotee, for definitely children will be devotee, mostly. And if they don't, if they see like you have a lot of devotees association, they'll become devotee, more or less. You cannot force so much. What we see, if parents are devotee, automatically they'll be devotee. So good chance is there, 89. But if you force, it will turn other way around. So everyone in this convent say, don't force. They'll become devotee. And if they don't, you cannot change also. It's their karma. Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu could not change Prahlad. Right? Prahlad, if you and me, we will change ourselves. Okay, then you, whatever you say, that's why to get tortured. But Prahlad didn't change. Neither Prahlad could change Hiranyakashipu. At the end, when this Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad asked, what will happen to my father? He said, don't worry, eventually he'll also go back to you. You have to employ Genesis. So, if you are devotee, anyway they are secure. What is your problem? They'll become devotee. I said, just keep softer stand. They change, children change. Today something, after 1 year, and later on there's something. I have seen many, no, I don't believe my father. Some cases, father is a great devotee. Or something they see that because they stay all the time, they find fault. Later I see this is very good devotee. It happened.
I understand your question. You said that one of the spouse is not a devotee, then what kind of impression that we are giving to the kid? There give me so many answers to that, but very practical answer I'll tell you. As Prabhuji said, we can't change people. Sometimes we just need to have patience, and also our kid or my kid, is that what we think? That particular kid is also having his Purva Janma baggage. So if he has got a mother who's not a devotee, or father who's not a devotee, is his previous karma also. Everything we can't take it upon ourselves and feel stressed and bad about it, then I'm not able to do anything, I'm helpless because my spouse is not a devotee, I'm not able to give the right atmosphere at home. Certain things are our previous karma, so what we have to do is do the best thing that's possible, that is prasadam. We can feed the children with prasadam, because what happens, because of Krishna consciousness, if the husband and wife start fighting, that will create another wrong impression in the mind of the child, and he will hate Krishna consciousness, because then he will not see that ideal mother and father, that they are happy together. The father is always complaining, my wife is, mother is always complaining, your father is like that. So we are not making proper childhood memories. At the same time, we remember the sloka of the Bhagavatam, Pita na shasya, Guru na shasya. I become a mother means I have to, it's my duty, right? It's your duty, yes, and duty means you do the duty, not expect the result. So yeah, you do your best in a subtler ways, like you do your puja and the child does it, but you can't change the other person. So we just have to have patience. And sometimes, why I'm saying like this, because sometimes I've seen people get too much stressed out about it, and they get into depression and feel so bad that I'm not able to do anything, I'm not able to do anything. In my house, we're not having that beautiful atmosphere like they have. Both husband and wife, they come to temple on Sundays, they have such beautiful atmosphere, I'm not able to have it. That's alright, that's what Krishna has given us. Probably, if you had the other way around the atmosphere, maybe you wouldn't be so serious in Krishna consciousness. Maybe you would have taken things for granted. I'll tell you my personal example. I've always had that, I want to stay in Vrindavan, I want to stay in Vrindavan. These people are so lucky, they're Rajavasis, they're staying in Vrindavan. Somehow by the destiny, after we got newly married, we had to stay in Vrindavan for maybe like 7 or 9 months. And I will tell you, I took Vrindavan so much for granted. Because I was living in Vrindavan, whole day in Vrindavan. And then I was doing service in Prabhupada house, in Vrindavan you have Prabhupada house. And I tell you, I was in Vrindavan, but it was okay. But after some time I realized that when I actually come from, from far off, let's say from Hyderabad to Vrindavan, super excited about Vrindavan, dust, Vrindavan, Prasad, Vrindavan buses. But if you live in Vrindavan, then I took Vrindavan for granted. So like that, sometimes, maybe if we have everything nice in our house, husband is a devotee, children are nice, maybe we would take Krishna consciousness for granted because things are happening mechanically. But if it's not, not like that, and husband is not supporting, in-laws are not supporting, and you still want to follow Krishna consciousness, maybe you'll be on a higher stage, who knows, like the gopis. The gopis were stopped from doing Krishna consciousness, stopped meeting Krishna, and then their love for Krishna increased. Sometimes separation makes it more intense. Sometimes not anukul may also make it very much pratikul in your heart. I want to do it. You may remember more than in anukul situation. So my one-line answer is Krishna knows what situation to put you in to make you more closer to him, and let him decide that. He knows. Sometimes he'll keep everything conducive and he will think this is best for her. And sometimes he'll not keep it conducive because he thinks this is the best treatment. Because more than we being eager to go to him, he is more eager for us to come back to him. And he is making situations in such a way in our life. So wherever it is, just be happy, And regarding children, we are trying. Rest is their karma also, that maybe they need to have another few lifetimes. And their family, maybe one day they will be born in such a situation where they will be. See, at the end of the day, he's a different soul and we are a different soul. So we don't have to keep that, that much feeling bad about it. If you are not doing your duty, then there is something to worry about. You tried, but situation is like this. At least feel prasadam.
It's unpredictable. I give you 2 examples. One in Delhi, I was president. So there are 2 brothers. Kamal and Pankaj, both are Kamal. So initially Pankaj was a nice devotee, and he used to say, my brother is useless. No, it is not. But later on, when Pankaj got involved with something, he left, and his brother was a good devotee and he was busy. You can never know what will happen. Just came across, we went to Surat, one family, there are 2 brothers. Younger brother was very good devotee. But then when there was, parents used to there, nice people, Muvandwari. She called for satsang and all. And this guy, the older one used to sleep, this is very boring over chanting, kirtan, this and that. And now this boy, elder one is preaching very nicely. Younger was devotee, but not that enthusiastically preaching something. So you can never know which way it goes. So don't force, just wait. That don't take in haste anything. Maybe you keep on praying. Pray to Allah Gopinath. Pray to the deities. Pray to Vaishnavas. Prayers having a lot of strength. But don't think anybody in haste. We have seen many cases in Middle East. The husband is not devotee, wife is devotee. All the time, my husband is devotee. I say, why do you complain like that? When he is allowing you to do bhakti, that's enough. Why you are complaining? Later on, husband can become devotee. It takes some time, 10 years, 15 years. Sometimes it takes a long time. It takes not everybody. It becomes same like that very quickly. Sometimes husband is devotee, wife is not devotee. We say don't force. Whatever. If they're supporting, it's enough. If they're not hindrance, that's enough. Let's go. And she said that you can never know who will take how many lifetime. Why do you think that I'm going to very shortcut? We are chanting, but there's a nam, there's Shuddha nam, there's a different. What we are doing is an Navabhash, and what we have also Aparad. So unless this Navabhash Aparad goes, Shuddhanam comes. Shuddhanam, that you read what Rupa Goswami says in the beginning of Bhakti Samanta Sindhu. He says pure devotion, but pure devotion is very far off. Only pure devotion can attract Krishna. Krishna talks to the devotee who does pure devotion. So that takes time. It's not just like cakewalk,
No, you answered your question. Why situations are like? It's definitely because of our previous life karma. And also another, Krishna always wants to test our commitment and make us more stronger. Just like an iron, your iron is hot, then it can be molded. When you make a sculpture, the sculpture has to be beaten up. Then the sculpture comes in a beautiful shape. If in Krishna consciousness there are no obstacles, no hurdles, no problems, then we'll take it so easily. But when these kind of situations come, it makes our Krishna consciousness more stronger. So, yeah, and of course previous karma is always there. Only for pure devotees there will be no previous karma. It's just that Lord put them in particular situation to show an example. Because you see, we always talk about why bad things happen to good people. But we also want to know, when bad things happen to good people, what do the good people do? This is also what we want to learn. So yeah, this is how the life is all about. When we are faced, see, certain things we hear in Bhagavatam, but unless and until, like in the science also they teach you, right? Put salt in the water, the saturation level, but unless you actually put the salt in the beaker and you mix it, and then after some time you see, then it's come to its saturation point, you won't understand. Similarly, we hear in Bhagavatam that devotees face so many problems and all. But in our life, when we actually face problem, and then we somehow keep our equilibrium and continue in Krishna consciousness, and that will make us so stronger. So yeah, these are the practical tests. And to pass an exam, you have to write both theory and practical. Only theory you can't pass an exam. You have to have practical lab tests. So these are practical lab tests. So yeah, we should, instead of complaining to Krishna, why me? We should say, yeah, try me. I will do it. I've been hearing, I've been doing my sadhana nicely, I've been chanting, I've been reading Bhagavatam, and if you put me in that kind of situation, and I will sail through. So we should take it as a challenge.
Right. So basically, like we are sitting here, we all get some problem. Like somebody was asking to Ijon and in our place. He said, Srila Prabhupada said that in this, doesn't matter how good you are, maybe 80, 85%, 90%, there is no problem, only 10% problem. Srila Prabhupada said, don't get bewildered by that 10% problem. And like in a household, they take some household things and practice. But in any situation, you get some problem. But we don't get problem like a Prahlad face problem, or Dhruva Maharaj face problem, or Ambarish face problem, or Haridas Thakur's face, or Nityananda Prabhu face problem, right? But you don't know, if research, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati faced a very big problem. Somebody threatened to his life. Srila Prabhupada faced a lot of problem. Too many problems. Some are written in Islamita, some are not written. So many problems. But many places, through a very high problem. And just imagine getting, even though some money was coming, in this age, at 70, 75, organizing everything, money is coming, building temple. And who built temple? Those who had no idea, clue about India, about Indian people and language and all. He used to tell Saravi, you build this temple, Bombay temple. I said, Prabhupada, I don't know anything. No, you go around and learn. He gave idea. You go to Vietnam, you go to this, you go to South. First thing he said, first you go all around for 6 months. You see take a photograph, that I understand how Indian architecture, how things are. And then Prabhupada, I don't know Hindi. No, you learn Hindi at least. See how, even though he had everything, but there's also a problem. But as she said, Gopi also face, who doesn't face Krishna? What do you call, Arjuna didn't face problem, Panchapan didn't problem. But what Kunti Devi says, that when problem was there, at the time you were with us. So when problems are there, devotee remember more. To more bhajan, more kirtan, more chanting, more parikrama, more everything. Right? And that makes the devotion intense, you know.
Okay, last question. Oh, if you are worried about that, you can actually do some piety and you can tell Krishna, please offer it to my husband. And that can be done.
I have a question. I apologize if I'm wrong, but in addition there are two questions. Like one is, I read in Prabhupada's lecture, but I understand what that lecture, I'm just saying that one. That Prabhupada said that you can't nullify your lust desire, and the other side he's saying like it is like so is it contradictory statements or because we say if you have even a small desire of anything you can't achieve your goal of Godhead, and other side it is like they are saying that lust desire is not nullify. So I just want to understand this.
Can I answer this? What I understood that, can you repeat the question?
No, she's saying that Prabhupada said that the lusty desire cannot be eliminated. But then, so that's what you were saying, it cannot be eliminated completely. Yeah.
Right. So, Bhagavatam says, Narottam Das Thakur very gave clarity in this. Because we have a lot of desire, either lusty desire or desire, there's a desire. And Gita said there's three type of person, Swatik, Rajasic, Tamasic. So every, Krishna is telling very clearly, every person is bound by certain degrees of lust. That is, not all the human beings are same lusty as other. Maybe somebody more lust, some are less, some are very little, some doesn't have much. There, it is there. So Prabhupada, if somebody is healthy, Unless somebody is diseased, he doesn't have lust and desire, but his desire is there. So, Narottam Das, that's how the, especially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he emphasized, Srila Prabhupada also, that keep on busy in Krishna service. Like in ISKCON, ISKCON has taken many young to be brahmachari, sannyasi, and it is difficult because if you say physically it is not possible, but if the mind is there in put in certain environment where all the time the devotees they are thinking how to serve all the time and remain pure, then it's possible. Kam Krishna Karmarpane, Krodh Bhakta Disijani, Lobh Sadhu Sanghari Katha. The desire, whatever the last desire is, it's a package is all desires, not only the desire. So if, let's say, somebody is given task that morning till night, he doesn't have time to think anything else. Let's say this needs 3 pujari, but 1 pujari is only there. And after a few days he'll complain, Prabhu, for me it's not possible. Morning till I have no time for rest also. So what Gita will say, actually, one day you were saying that's correct, but another way looking at that, there is no place for Maya. And there is no place for thinking, So, like I had one friend, he's a very old senior devotee. I said, you stay in a place in America, San Francisco. He has one small office. He said, how you stay for 1 year, after 1 year you come? He said, devotee. And he's very old, he's brahmachari. He said, Samba, believe me, I go and put my luggage in my room. I also don't know how the year passed because of engagement. He said, I don't go out of the house, out of the room. I don't go to the shop also. I request somebody to bring for me something. So it all depends. That some they can control, some they, it's true, not everybody can control. But if we pray to the Lord, Lord is, He is the proprietor of Kamdev. And that Prakoti Kamaniya Pishishavam. He is the Kamdev. So Lord can help us. And if we divert our mind, the same question I asked one of the Swamiji, and when I was young, I just joined. I said, Swami, how they? He said, he was Dr. Sivananda Murthy, Swami Sivananda. He was in Rishikesh. He said, only that divert your mind for Krishna's service, whatever you want. Then from beginning I was good at harmonium. He said, why not you play Hare Krishna mantra? So he told his followers, I was staying in his ashram for a few days. He said, chant Hare Krishna. So I chanted. He said, only way is doctor. He wrote many books how to control this. He said, only to divert the mind for a higher cause. That's what Krishna says in Gita. Rasa bhajan rasa bhasya param dashtamuthir. Apitam jnani netar jnani. This is the same thing Arjuna told to Krishna, that it's difficult to control the mind. What is it? What is this worldly thing? He said, Johi Shatru Mahabhavu Kamar Madhurasar. The last is the biggest enemy in mankind. So you have to keep on praying that of desire. But if you have desire to do some service, then and all the time meditate, that will come. I have quite a few devotees. They don't have time, morning till evening, they have no time at all. So that those who are not engaged, they have so many things. Those who have, some devotees, they don't know how the morning comes, how the evening comes. They're like that. Just imagine Srila Prabhupada, those who are born in America with all sorts of bad things. Srila Prabhupada could make them. And same thing, what you ask our Subhra Maharaj, he asked. He said, look, Prabhupada, look, I have made a system. In the morning they get up 3:30, up to 9 o'clock, 9:30 there is no time. By 9:30 they go for preaching. So these 5 hours, 5.5 hours, Bhakti Seva will take care of them. Then service to Krishna. Krishna bless. This it's true, it doesn't go away. And Chaitanya Charitamrita gives further clarification. Kam Andhatama Prem Nirmal Bhaskar. The lust is like a darkness. in higher spirituality, unless you control the senses, there is no question of getting the Krishna's full blessings. One need to either household or brahmachari, grihastha, Vampus, all has to control. Then you get full blessings.
In the science also it says, no, energy cannot be destroyed, it can
Right.
only converted.
Right.
So as Prabhupada said, there is no controversy in this. It cannot be destroyed completely. It can be ducted to
Never
Krishna's
adapted. You can
service.
adapt. And if you follow Guru Krishna's instruction, if you make your life as a goal, it's very easy to control. Then Krishna helps also as a Paramatma. Krishna helps. But this worldly life nowadays, so many temptation is there. Alright. Then no problem. But at one stage, for some devotee, it doesn't make any difference. I don't want to tell these are high spirituality. Also, I don't want to say this person, that person. But many I see saintly devotees, they are brahmachari, they are householder, they are brahmanas, they are sannyasi, very good. They have only one life, that chant, serve Guru Krishna. Then no problem. Kam Krishna Karma Pune Kol Bhaktadesh. Those who are against devotee, there should be the anger. Desire, all desire, including destiny, should be used for Krishna service. That's why Srila Prabhupada told that why so many temples, not build temple, because they have a lot of energy. Whatever somebody like to distribute books, okay, go ahead, distribute books. Want to give this one, prepare this one. So mind is diverted. You are saying, but in India we have hundreds of brahmachari, and they are highly talented. So how to engage them? So we told that you learn scripture and give nice discourse. So that's what they're doing. They made their life that way. They're highly talented people. If they go outside, they can earn good amount of money, but they left everything. So we should also respect this as such a good people. And we should ask Vaishnava's blessings. I give the last example. Vaishnava's blessings, sadhu's blessings are compulsory. As I tell you, some are Nitya Siddha, they are born devotees. Some are Sadhana Siddha. Sadhana also not that. Some are Kripa Siddha. We all are Kripa Siddha. I had fortune be born in Gaurimat. My uncle was sannyasi in Gaurimat. He was in charge for the other Gaurimat, Hyderabad, but not everybody had their fortune. What I was telling just now? Another thing I was telling. What I was telling?
Blessings of Vaishnava.
Sorry. See, one Kashi Brahman, he had no children. I have a chocolate with me. I have in my pocket chocolate. So one Kashi Brahman, they had no children, and they were praying to Lord Shiva. He said, Lord Shiva is Ashutosh, give you nice blessings. Thanks Lord Shiva, why not you give me one nice son? So after long prayers, Lord Shiva appeared. He said, okay, tathastu, but I have two proposals. One is that if you have a son who will listen to you, live longer time, he will not be obedient, he will be notorious. And if you want a very sweet son who will listen to you, very sweet, he will live only 5 years. He chose between two. Then the Brahman, after long time, he thought, why to have a notorious son? My life is miserable at home only. Better to even 5 years, give me the 5 years son. So, on the 5 years approaching after just few weeks, he went to his Guru, now what to do? He's going to die. His Guru says the only way to increase his life is you pray all sadhus, Vaishnavas, you pray, keep on paying obeisances. You are father and son, you husband, wife, pay obeisances. They said, how to know who is nice Vaishnava, who is pure Vaishnava? The Guru said that you pay obeisance to everybody, don't discriminate. Like here I see in everywhere.